Hello everyone, K Kim here from the Traders Club, and tonight I wanted to let everyone in the world, and I just want to give you last warning that the dollar is going to collapse 100% on December 31st, 2016. Peter Schiff saying that, and Ron Paul. So Ron Paul and Peter Schiff, they're both saying that the dollar will collapse 100% on December 31st. Okay, you can see there are two different searches here on YouTube. And I don't know if you guys been seeing some of the videos. And these videos with the last warning tag on it, these videos has been changed. Especially this one right here. They've been changing the title and the banner. So I don't know if you know, I don't know if you actually upload videos to YouTube. I think many of you guys probably just watch stuff on YouTube, but you probably don't, upload anything on YouTube. On any given moment or any given day or time, you can always change the title and you can always change the banner for your channel or for the specific video, the certain video. This right there with the almost 1 million views from Economy News Today, this used to be on May 27th. It says May 27, 2016 that this thing is going to collapse. And then they changed when that day, the date of December 27 was passed, they went back to September 27th. Okay, if you actually click on this, let me make this. There you go. If you actually click on this, the comments are disabled, so you're not able to see what people have been saying. Basically, you know what I mean? You can go ahead and change any of these contents anytime. Okay? And so what happened was, these guys, Economy News Today, been saying this since April, saying that at first they said May 27. Last warning, Peter Schiff, last warning to America, dollar is going to collapse 100% on May 27, 2016. And it didn't happen. And then so they changed it to September 27 or 8th. And then that didn't happen. Because today, as I post this video, it's September 30th. And then now they changed back to December 31st. And then I went back to some of the videos to find out there's some of the videos that was created since May 20 or May 27. I couldn't find any of them. Here. If I just go, and let's actually go to Ron Paul also.
I'm Eric Paulson, and I approve this message.
Terry Bana?
Actually, let me just skip this real quick.
Hi, I'm Ron.
This video here that you're seeing, this guy, Dr. Ron Paul, 22-year member of Congress, this guy.
I spent 22 years as a member of Congress.
This video I actually saw before late May 2016. This guy was warning America that he'll know for sure that in late 2016 of May 27, but to be exact, saying that the whole thing was going to crash. Okay? But it looks like this video was published April 29, 2015. So this was the last year of April.
I'm briefly back in Washington. I'm not here for political reasons, however. Instead, I'm here to deliver an important message to every American citizen, no matter what your political party affiliation. In short, I want to let you know that the U.S. financial crisis in the past 6 years, country today, make it near simply don't fundraising.
So I mean, if you go to, he even did this video was actually part of YouTube. The advertisement ad. It was part of ad also. I saw this exact video on ad. You know what I'm talking about? Ad. When you click on the YouTube video, there's a skip this ad, and the ad comes out for 5 seconds or so. this video was on just 4 or 5 months ago, before May, saying that the dollar will collapse 100%, last warning to America. But it looks like, from looking at this video here, this was published back in last year. So these guys are just keep looping this and just changing the dates on it. I mean, this video with just tons of these ads here, it looks like it's a clickbait. And just 2 weeks ago, this wasn't 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago that this was published by Money News. Dollar will collapse 100%. And I'm pretty sure, I didn't see this video then, but I'm pretty sure this video at one point probably said September 27, 2016. Last warning to America. And as soon as the September 27th has passed, they just quickly changed that title. Again, you can change the title anytime, any moment, and then change this description as well.
In the years, are we?
And then they're just showing these videos, the interviews. Who knows when the interview was done? And then there's just video that there's these ads every minute. And looks like there's something going on. Very, very fishy here. But it's almost like Peter Schiff, Ron Paul is on this and just calling stupid things out. This one's still alive here. 2 weeks ago, Ron Paul, the dollar will collapse 100% on 27 September 2016, last warning to America. Right? This was published on, you can see, the September 13th. And today's, obviously, as I post this video, record this video, is September 30th. Obviously, he didn't change his title like others have. If I just go back here, Ron Paul, dollar collapsed. If I just go May 2016. Again, used to be there's a lot of videos that came up. There's some of them still here, right there. You can see some of the videos still there with the same the title from the before. You can see Ron Paul confirms a dollar collapse in 28 May 2016. That's 5 months ago. And then now the second video, just 2 weeks ago, it says Ron Paul, the dollar will collapse 100% that December 31st, 2016. There's now Ron Paul, the dollar will collapse 100% on 27 September. You see this? And these videos out there are just floating around. It's like a click. It's just there so that you click on it, and whoever is putting this video, uploading video together, they're wanting you to click on it so they can make money off of these ads. That's what it looks like. Let's go to the Peter Schiff collapse, May 2016. See what it comes up. There you go. There's the one there. And it seems like he's there. He's talking about it. I have feeling that he's not actually talking about the actual date. But it looks like all these people are using this. You can see this one, again, Economy News today. December 31st. I mean, how many ones that are Money News, Economy News today? I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are saying, there's Economy News again, 847 views from 5 months ago. He's been changing, this channel has been changing the titles and the banner or the cover picture of the video. Economy News today again with the 67,000 views. I'm sure if I click on this, there's a lot of ads that goes into it. There's one there with 28 2016 there 6 months ago. December 31st. There's some still May 26, May 2016. now there's ones that Alex Jones confirms that dollar collapsed on December 3rd. See, I saw the exact same title just a few months back. It says September. Now it's December. And then when the December's over, it's going to say, March or May of 2017. Why the dollar collapse is guaranteed on December? See, this was made in 7 months ago. It has almost 256,000 views. And these guys been changing. Like I'm telling you, these guys been changing these titles. So then you will continue to click on it. The new people will continue to click on this. Right? And most people click on it thinking that it is a legit because there's high views. But it is not. Now it says economy collapse 2016, U.S. public debt. Why are there so much propaganda going on here? Why there's so many things just pumping things up? You gotta understand that there's somebody somewhere want to profit from your vulnerability, from your anxiety, from you being emotional and just being in fear. They want to take advantage of your emotional state. They want to inflict fear so that you don't know what's oh my god, because if you watch some of these videos, because I did some of the videos, will tell you what's going to happen. Once the dollar, there's the one here, once the dollar collapses, you will not able to, withdraw cash from your bank or anywhere else for that matter. You cannot, so then everything will be frozen. Your whole bank account will be frozen. Your credit card will be frozen. And but they make this scenario where you won't be able to buy anything. There will be people going crazy. People will try to steal your food, trying to kill your family because they don't have any money. They can't, so people will be starving. So they'll just go, each houses and trying to get food, and they'll kill people for it. There will be this chaos going on in the world, and that's gonna happen 100% in September 27th or May, or this one says July. This is crazy. This one says July. This one's new. I didn't see the July one. I saw May 28th. I saw September, and then now I'm seeing December's. Okay. And so they inflict fear, and vulnerable people, vulnerable citizens, they'll watch stuff like this one 10 months ago, 472,000 views. Now it's just December. I bet 10 months ago it first came up, probably said something about maybe May 27, or maybe even earlier than that. They keep changing.
What if trading were as simple?
They keep changing the title of this. Okay.
Is yes or no?
See,
it is. With Nadex binary options, it's a new way to trade stock indices.
That way you
Forex.
don't know that they're changing comments. So people will go berserk on this. Who is this guy? But he got 472 views. This World News got 472 views. Look at how many ads he put on this video. So he's making money off of some of your views there. But that's how everything works nowadays. Why certain individuals come on TV or write articles on YouTube and say just crazy things, just something that is just out of your mind. Like they will say the whole thing is going to go to nothing. Why is that certain individual will come on and say, the stock market is going to crash and we're going to go to nothing? Why somebody will say that ever since 2011 called that every single year that the market is going to crash? Why Ron Paul or Peter Schiff or whatever these guys, people come out and say the dollar is going to collapse? Why? Why is it somebody like Mike Maloney or any other people who want to sell gold and silver to you guys? Why do they keep saying that the whole market is going to crash? Because when the whole market collapses, when the whole market collapses, right? They will say that the gold and silver go to infinity. So they want you to buy gold and silver. And these guys sell gold. They sell silver. This video right here, 1 year ago, Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, they met together and they're doing a video. This was 1 year ago. Gold price to soar, stocks will crash. So it's just a certain agenda that is going on where they continue to call this here. Stock market crash explained in one chart, Mike Maloney. This was noted by somebody else though. Market crash. I mean, how many Dow seller, market crash, market bubble, burst will be devastating. I mean, all these titles, why has the stock market crash taken so long? You know, stock market super bubble setting up for a crash. You know, stocks will crash. 5 reasons stock market to crash, gold and silver price to soar 4 months ago. So you see, this guy has been calling that the dollar will collapse 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Mike Maloney said dollar will collapse. So somebody's been saying the dollar is going to collapse 2 years ago. Now, 2 years ago, the stock market is going to collapse. You see this? End of U.S. dominance by Mike Maloney. This is Mike Maloney's channel 2 years ago. Death of the dollar. 2 years ago. Okay? 2 freaking years ago. It never collapsed. It didn't. How can you guys just sit there and keep listening to it? 3 years ago. Still pumping gold and silver. Gold and silver still crashing 3 years ago. Two years ago. What has it been saying in 2013? What has it been saying in 2013? Huh? 3 years ago. Death of US dollar reserve status. Just inflicting fear. 2 years ago, Venezuela, chaos to come. You see these titles. I mean, some of the stuff that he puts out, some are very informational. Some of the stuff, I mean, I watch some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is actually very, it's a good information. But, that's what these guys do. They put out some good information, and then they're going to put out something very, very provocative that will invoke your emotion. And then that's how it's all part of marketing. So you can buy whatever that, the gold and silver that whatever he's selling, they will buy. More nails in the US dollar's coffin 2 years ago. 2 years ago. What did he be saying in 2012? What is it saying in 2012? Four years ago, how does a global financial crisis end? Mike Maloney explains. Global financial crisis end 4 years ago. Market thrived 4 years ago. 4 years ago, another provocative title here. Economic Armageddon inevitable. Armageddon. You see the title? Armageddon. Like people use this word like Armageddon, market meltdown, global market meltdown, the Titanic, like Mark Faber liked to use. 4 years ago. Go ahead and look at your S&P 500 index or Dow Jones Industrial Average 4 years ago. And then he's now a month ago calling it recession. See, then these guys get high views, and so many people listen to this. You know what I'm saying? See, even Ron Paul is pumping gold and silver. Because if dollar collapses, what they're saying is, if the dollar, the currency, has no value, then what is the one thing that is going to have value or increase in value? It's gold and silver, right? Because gold and silver has a physical value to it. The currency doesn't have any physical value. It's just a note. You guys understand that? So that's what they're saying. And some of the stuff they put out, I mean, like I said, it's a good information. Understand that. But they've been saying this thing for a while. They've been saying this for 5 years ago. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They've been pumping gold. This is just, I'm just going quickly here. This is a gold chart. Spider gold shares here. It's 2016 today. We had that move. But 4 or 5 years ago, that was just right here. Do you understand that Mike Maloney has been pumping gold 4 or 5 years ago to buy gold? And that thing collapsed. You see this? Do you see what happened since 2000? It topped out at late 2011. Right here. See? Late 2011. Late 2012. We're trying to get up. We collapse. So, wait, what's there? Let's just go back. So, 4 years ago, again, this was 4 years ago. Let's talk silver 4 years ago. So this is silver here. You can see, let me just get rid of some of those. If I just go to line chart here, you can see it better. This is today. It's 4 years, it would have been 2012. It's about here. It's about there. 4 years ago. Every silver pullback is a gift, Mike Maloney. Every silver pullback is a gift. This was right here. Every pullback is a gift. It wasn't a gift. It was a crash. Every pullback was lower highs and lower lows. That's what we call downtrend. It's not a gift. Gift will be something like a reversal. Higher lows and higher highs. And reversal of clearing above the neckline. This is what we call neckline. So you want to see a gift, go up, come down, retest the old resistance and new support. That's a gift. But every pullback, and that creates a lower highs and lower lows. That's what we call downtrend. That's not a gift. So it's just always, always pumping silver and gold because that's what he sells. He sells silver and gold on his website. And look at this. Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney discuss preparing for the coming crash in 2012. Preparing for coming crash 2012. This is 5 years ago. Okay? 5 years ago. You see, you guys don't understand. Let me just look at what happened on Dow Jones Industrial Average. Oops, hold on a second. Guys, 5 years ago. Okay? Let's see where 5 years ago was. Okay? This is Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. This is today. Okay, 2016, 5 years ago was in this vicinity. That's 5 years ago, okay? That's what they're saying. Preparing for the coming crash. Crash. I do respect Robert Kiyosaki, and I read his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a good book, and that's what makes me somewhat. I don't understand why these guys. I thought these guys are really there to write books and things to help out the the common people like you and I. Instead, it's almost like they say things so they can get some kind of attention. They can get more views, more clicks, because there's something they're selling. And I don't like that. It's all part of marketing, but I don't like that they take advantage of common people, with their credibility they have built with their books and good information they've shared before. They use that momentum, they use that credibility to say something provocative so they can able to get attention.
People are concerned about the future. Many people say this crisis is over, happy days are here again, and all this. Yet, how many people think that we're going back to normal, that things will be fine again? How many think that things could get much worse for many people? How many people think there could be a major disaster up ahead?
Major disaster up ahead. Did you just hear that? How many people think that this thing's gonna get worse again? It was him, Robert Kiyosaki, and Mike Maloney maybe is in there somewhere and just endorsing that. And you say, how many people is gonna think that you're gonna have a major disaster? Remember the language they used?
How many people think there could be a major disaster up ahead?
Major disaster up ahead. This was uploaded June 29th. I'm not sure when this video was video was actually recorded, but this was uploaded June 29, 2011. Let's go by with that. June 29, 2011. It's right here. Okay? Right here. What did he say? Did he say a correction? Did he say a pullback in the market? Did he say a correction in the market? Or major disaster?
So the question here is, how many people think there could be a major disaster up ahead?
Major. Okay, you gotta understand the language, guys. Stop defending these guys. He used language major disaster. Okay? If you call that correction that we had in late 2011 a major disaster, then what do you want to call this? If that's a major disaster, what do you call this? The financial crisis we had, the housing market, all of that. What do you want to call that? See, you have to understand what he was saying is that we're going to see something deeper, worse than this. That's what he was saying. So there's an inflict of fear here in that vicinity. And then ever since then, Dow, till today, it gained more than 80,000 points since late 2011. Whopping 80,000. So if you listen to this video, major disaster, of course you're going to pull out your money. Of course you're going to start, maybe go long on the gold and silver, start buying gold and silver, start investing in gold and silver, and then take out your money on the equities, or maybe try, maybe buy some puts or short sell the equities. Late 2011, because these guys pumping up gold. So let's check that. This is gold shares. Yeah, this was right here was late 2011, right there. Right here. Okay. Crashed. It crashed. See that? That was a top. Maybe they knew it was top. Maybe they knew this was top, and maybe they wanted to sell their gold as much as they can because they knew it was going to top out. They don't want to tell all the media that the gold is crashing, then nobody will buy gold from them. Nobody will buy whatever they're selling, right? Especially Mike Maloney selling gold and silver. So maybe they have to say that this is a time. This is a gift, right? Preparing for the coming crash, 2012. You gotta understand what they're saying. When they say major disaster, guys, they're not. This is what we call a correction, a pullback within a primary term uptrend. Do you understand this? Did you think that what we saw in 2015, that was a crash? That's not a crash. That's a correction. That's what we call digestion. That's what we call a congestion. That's what we call channel. That's what we call resting pattern. That's what we call consolidation before the market goes up. Because we all know the market does not go straight up. So don't try to defend him and say, well, at least there's a little. That's just correction. That's not a crash. He said major disaster. Okay? That's not a major disaster. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, that's a major disaster. That's major disaster. A lot of times when people say crash or a disaster, they mean a good amount of bear market. Since 2000 crash, this was what? How long was that? 2000, early 2000. It bottomed 2003, early 2003. That was a 2 years of bear market. This right here, financial crisis back in 2008, 2007, right? And then it bottomed when? Early 2009, 2007. So about a year and a half. 1 year and a half. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you call a crash, a disaster. This right here, how long did it last? Oh, 3 months. That's a 3 months of a correctional move. That's definitely not a crash or major disaster. A 3 months is not a crash or major disaster, guys. That's a correction. That's what we call a primary term uptrend. That's what we call the market cultivating a primary term uptrend to continue higher. You see this. So we got Peter Schiff, we got Ron Paul, we got Mike Maloney, and Robert Kiyosaki. Again, I want to say this again. I don't know a lot about Peter Schiff or Ron Paul, but I do respect Robert Kiyosaki. His book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is a good book. I remember reading that like 10 years ago. It helped me a lot. Mike Maloney, he got some good videos regarding the Feds and how the Federal Reserve work and all that different stuff. And so there's a good information these guys pump out on video. It's just what I want to reveal, expose in this video is that some of the claims that they claim, and obviously, these are things going back. And most people forget about this because these guys come on media and these guys are so prominent that they look at these guys as a god of the market, like these guys know, and then they will not stop. They will keep, every year they will come. Every year, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And they'll continue to pump whatever they've been pumping. Right? Whatever agenda that they have. Just do a little quick, what you can do. You can just go on Google search. You can just go market crash. You can type market crash and put 2011 and then see what you get. 2012 and see what you get. 2013, see what you get. It's funny how many people have been calling crash. You think that now everybody's been calling crash 2016 or 2015? People been calling crash since 2011, 2008, 2009, 2010. You know what I'm saying? I've heard things in 2010, 11. Things that, I've heard things like, I think I've said this so many times in my video. Here, did you know that late 2009 and 2010 here, did you know how many things I've heard that we're getting into a massive downtrend in the market where we're going to Dow Jones is going to go to what they were saying. This is what they're saying, looking at the chart, that this is going to go to 6,000. I heard that, 6,000. It's gonna go to 6,000. That's what I heard back in 2000. People are coming on TV. People are coming all kinds of places. Take your money out on a stock market. Invest in gold. The dollar is gonna collapse. The whole economy. There's people are saying stuff like, your dollar, your actual dollar cash. People use that to warm themselves and stuff, things like that. But Dow Jones since 2010, we gained what? How many points? 80 points. 80 points. Whopping 80 points. Okay? Here, let me show you what 80 points I'm talking about. There. Hold on a second. Okay? Right there. 10,000. 18,500. This is 80K points on Dow Jones. People are pumping shenanigan back here. Why? I don't know. Again, they have their own agenda. They want to sell something. They want you to click on it. I don't know. People say shenanigan. Crap. People say things. So I thought I'll just do a quick video. I mean, it's 36 minutes now going by. Just kind of letting you guys know that, hey, I don't have any against to these guys. I don't know them. I don't know anything about these people. And just what I'm saying is whatever they're saying, whatever these guys are doing, they're using it to profit themselves, but not really to help the public. But the public always think that just because these guys are media, that these guys are right. And you got to be very, very careful what you're listening to. There are tons of documentaries out there. There are tons of studies out there why you shouldn't be, watching TV or listening to what the media is saying, because it's all manipulation. Just keep in mind that it's business. It's big. God, why are so many people calling right now? My bad, guys. But I used to always mute my phone, but anyway, so yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. You can't just go even this guy. I've done a video on this guy. Oh, this guy. That's right there. That's my video. You can watch that video. But go ahead and watch Mark Favor since 2011. What he's been saying in 2011. It will be very, very interesting to go back there. This was 5 years ago. Favor likes gold and silver. Will keep accumulating gold. Keep accumulating gold. I'll end the video with this. Let's go back 5 years ago. Let's go 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Just one video. Right, there's a Bloomberg. Bloomberg. Prominent source. Right. You may even believe that it's a source that you can trust. Favor likes gold and silver. Will keep accumulating. He will keep buying gold. And I don't know if he's buying physical gold, rare gold, but whatever it is he's buying, but he's gonna keep buying it. So let's see 5 years ago where the gold was. See, these guys all have same agenda, don't they? They're all pumping gold. I wonder if they're all connected together. Okay, this is gold right there. Gold, Spider Gold shares. Ron Paul, Peter Schiff. Mike Maloney, Robert Kiyosaki, Mark Favor, all pumping gold since 5 years ago. 5 years ago, 2016, 2011. It's right here. It's at the top. This is 2011. Will keep accumulating gold. I wonder, they're saying this, again, this is 2011, you see? 2000, 11 topped out at the. I wonder if they're saying this because they knew the gold is going to crash, and they need people to keep buying their physical gold so we can get rid of it at a high price. Because remember, 2011, man. Look at the gold. How far it went. Here, let me bring the price here so you guys can see. I mean, since 2005, gosh, I'm gonna end this video here. 2005, I mean, yeah, in 2011 we topped out. Is there a way? This is where do you want to tell everybody to start, keep accumulating gold when we did this? If I even put out, hold on a second here, Fibonacci here. Whoops. Where my chart go? Right there. Do a little. Do a little Fibonacci here. Yep. So it lost 61, almost 60%. At least, obviously I'm not looking at physical gold, I'm just looking at gold shares here. Went up, we lost about close to 60% of its value. Now, recently went up here, but that's what we call a crash. That's a crash right there, and that was the last of it. That's it. Here's the thing, is that when you want to invest in gold, when you want to invest in the market, do your own research or find somebody who's find somebody who you can trust, who won't con you. But people who don't know, including myself, why do you want to take word for it? I mean, at least I'm giving you these, in these videos, at least I'm giving you some of these evidences that what these guys been saying back then, and their agenda is all similar. It's very, very interesting that they're always are against the market and against the dollar. If you just always go back, why don't these guys always be why don't they ever, Robert Kiyosaki, Ron Paul, Peter Schiff, Mark Faber, Mike Maloney, why don't they ever say, oh, market looks great, oh, market looks healthy, it looks like market is going to see some good move to the upside? Why don't they ever say something like that? Why don't they ever inform the public where something that they can actually be something that they can use? What if they come here 2011, instead of saying that we're going to see a disaster, how about we say something like, well, market is still in this primary term uptrend, and there's a good chance that market would continue higher. We have cultivated a higher low here, and we're continuing on, and there's a good chance for the next 3, 4, 5 years, market could see and thrive and looks healthy and, continue to involve in the market. And why don't they say anything like, why is it they're always bullish on gold since the crash in 2011, and they're always against dollar so that they can pump the gold, and then they're always inflicting fear that the whole thing is going to crash, or the whole thing is going to go to nothing, or the whole thing is we're going to see a disaster. Things like, why? You'd ask yourself why, because it's interesting. I'll tell you this, even my own article, even on my own blog, when I either write article or if I do a video that is, video that is talking about a decline or something to do with a pullback or a correction, or anything that is negative, something that is fearful, like what a market pullback, what it means for the, or something like that, or anything that is something like that, the crash or something, I tend to get more clicks versus that, well, market looks healthy, we're in a primary term uptrend, or something like, sentiment is bullish. Nobody wants to hear that. But if I say things are shaky, biggest concern, fear still looms concerning technical signals that could possibly crash the market. It's not like I've been writing anything like that, but if there's anything that inflict fear, invoke fear in you, or title that does, it seems that I get more clicks because people are most times people are fearful. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what the media does. They inflict fear. So by doing that, they want you to do something through that fear. Well, I'm going to first inflict fear, but I'm the guy that you need to trust because I know. I'm going to inflict fear, right? The collapse is going to happen. September 27th, 100% guarantee. I know this is going to happen. So I'm the guy you should go to because I have the solution. You see, you first inflict fear, then, you know, then they're the guys that have solution. You see that? These guys, the guys would have solution. So that's what they do. First inflict fear, and then they'll give you a solution. And so if you kind of do a little research, I think you kind of get it. You kind of understand, you know, what these guys do. Again, I don't know these guys personally. I'm not bashing on them, on their personal life or, you know, in their profession. What I'm trying to is just simply just giving you certain these tangible data that I've shown you with these provoking titles and what these guys been pumping. And it's almost like all these guys are a same team. It's very interesting. So I thought I would inform some of you that find these video helpful and appreciate these videos. And have a good night, and until next time.